And then I'm going to record this so that we can get this up on our website for anyone that may have missed it. All right, so tonight we're going to talk about the Academy of Advanced Placement here on the campus at Westside High School. We're excited about our program, and we want to really just share and showcase a little bit, as best we can, virtually, of a program that we're very proud of. And so tonight, that is our main topic. As you know, Richmond County school system has multiple programs that you can choose from. I have visited lots of middle schools, as well as some of our staff prior to Thanksgiving, to give a little bit of information out. I know that the district's helped spread the word with our 8th graders around the district, but really this presentation is for 8th through 11th grade for next school year, so that you have information to be informed. We have our magnet programs in our school district, and then we have a variety of other specialty choice programs. And Westside High School is a comprehensive high school. We offer a whole lot, and we're very proud of our 50-year history. But one of the things that we're very proud of is our AP Academy, mainly because our students are perform very well in our program, and we have one of the best staff, I think, that's out there. This evening, here's some bullet points that we're going to cover. We really want to talk about the Westside AP Academy. There are requirements to be in the Academy, prerequisites to qualify. We have a very brand new program, the AP Capstone Diploma, that we offer now, which is the most rigorous diploma a high school student can earn. There's lots of benefits for being in the program. There's multiple tracks within the AP Academy. Oftentimes we get lots of questions about electives and sports and all those other things, and can we still do all those exciting things as well? Absolutely. AP Academy is really rigorous work. It's college work at the high school level, starting in 9th grade, and so we want to talk about what it takes to be successful. Some news things that we are doing this year and future plans for our program, and then we'll have some closing remarks. I do want to again welcome our potential AP students and their parents, guardians from around the district. We have an incredible staff on campus, and I want to make sure we highlight this staff. We have a leadership team that's part of our program that's made up of administrators, guidance counselors, as well as AP Academy teachers that take specific roles in our program. We have obviously the administrative side. There is a huge counseling side that helps navigate scheduling. And if you're in the AP Academy, you are tracked for college. And we want to make sure that you're taking the right courses. That's not only going to help you earn AP Academy credit for maybe the capstone diploma, but also things that are in your interest that would line up to colleges and what colleges may be looking for. We have individuals that help keep accountability within our program, that check on grades and have conferences and things like that when needed. And we have active recruiters in our program as well, and a huge part of our parental liaison and making sure our parents are a part as well. And then we also have what we call programmatic student activities, or what our students and teachers like to call the fun committee, because we want to do more than just work. We want to do things outside of the classroom to take a break sometimes. So that's our leadership team. And then the next group that I'm going to introduce you to is our AP faculty. Our AP faculty, I think, is one of the best groups of teachers in the entire district, probably the state. I could argue with these individuals in regards of making a good defense that we have an incredible staff here. We have multiple staff that cover our Englishes and languages, language arts, as well as our computer sciences, our maths, our science, psychology, history side, even our electives with our AP art, and our new addition, AP Spanish. Westside High School offers the most AP courses in the district. We're right at 20, and we're going to look actually at those courses now. They really capture every area of school when it comes to academics. Students over 4 years, it'd be very difficult to take all of these, but we're proud to offer these as options that students are able to participate in. And as you can tell, we go all the way from the Englishes to fine arts, foreign language, math, social studies, and sciences. And each year we look to see what we can either add or strengthen. And this current year we added our AP Capstone courses. which Ms. Potter will talk about in a bit. But this is our AP courses that we do offer, and we're very proud of that. For some of you, Westside High School, you may not know a lot about. Westside High School is in West Augusta off of Washington Road behind Mercedes-Benz. I often think that we're a nice little tucked away school back here, and we really, really value our campus and our location. But many people don't know that we're the highest performing comprehensive high school in Richmond County. Outside of our magnet schools, Westside has just had a tradition of performing well. This past year, we were a finalist for Cyber City's Best 2020 that was voted throughout the CSRA on both sides of the river, both South Carolina and Georgia, and we were honored to take that award because I know that our staff and our students and our parents have worked hard over the years and have made a name for our school. And so we were excited about that award. Maybe something else you didn't know. When it comes to AP exams, at the end of each year, when you take an AP test, you have to take an AP exam. We have the highest AP pass rate for comprehensive high schools in Richmond County. Matter of fact, we fall third in the district behind 2 magnet schools. And then we actually surpassed one of the magnet schools. And we're proud of our AP exam pass rate. Our teachers get our students prepared. Our students make sure they're doing the work, putting in the time, and we are proud of this acknowledgement. For several years now, we have gotten the status from the Department of Education as being an AP honor school. This is just a lot of hard work over the years that has built up to where we are now, and it's another honor that we're very proud of. I give this credit to our staff as well as our students over the years that have earned this place. This graphic right here is something that we're extremely proud of. This graphic shows various colleges and universities from all over that students have applied for that were AP Academy students with a 100% acceptance rate. And that's something that I know we'll talk about a little bit towards the end. It's something that we're getting students ready for is college. The idea of these courses is college credit, which not only saves money later, but also allows students to advance quicker once they get in college. So as you can tell, there's lots of very prestigious colleges, universities, HBCUs, University of Georgia and the University of Georgia systems. So we're very proud of that 100% acceptance rate, and what we continue to work to try to keep that rate. We have various AP Academy teachers that are going to pop in. And so we're going to first start off with Ms. Potter. Ms. Potter is going to talk to us about the requirements into the AP Academy and also a little bit about our capstone program. And I'm actually controlling our actual slides. So Ms. Potter, when you need me to advance, you just tell me to advance, please. Ms. Potter, are you there?
Yes, I am. All right, so to get into AP Academy, you have to fill out, can you hear me?
Stop my slide for a second. Ms. Potter, I can't hear you. Maybe it's me. I'm gonna check my settings. You there?
Okay. I'm unmuted, so.
There you go. I hear you now. Let me get,
good.
Let me get the presentation back up. There we go. Go ahead, Ms. Potter.
All right, so to get into AP Academy, you fill out a comprehensive application packet that you request through the guidance office. If you're a distance learner or currently just not able to come to our school, it can be emailed to you without a problem. What we look at is we look at well-rounded students with an average of a minimum of 85 in their selected track. So we offer 2 tracks for AP Academy, and that's humanities track and STEM track. Not everyone's gifted in all the same areas. That's why we offer 2 tracks. And we look at in that track, what is their highest GPA. Also, we have a policy that for all AP Academy students, every AP class that you're enrolled in, you are required to take the AP exam in at the end of the year. Because during the year, you earn high school credit just like you would in any other class. However, it's taught at a college level. And at the end of the year, you take a college exam to determine whether you're eligible for the college credit also. All right, Mr. Smith, you can go ahead. So as of this year, we are now also a College Board AP Capstone diploma schools. We're one of only 2 schools in the district that offer this. The other one is a magnet school. So the way that this works is AP Capstone program through the College Board consists of 2 courses. Course 1 is AP Seminar, and course 2 is AP Research. Seminar focuses on skills that colleges and universities throughout the United States informed College Board that high school students are traditionally a little bit low in, and those skills would be writing research papers, doing actual research, and presenting team research. So those are the skills we work at for an entire year in that course. So the second course then is AP Research, which is an individual research course that follows up to the first one. They are, AP Seminar is a requirement for AP Research. If you take both of those courses and score a 3 or higher on the exam, you earn an AP Seminar certificate. If you take both of those courses and earn a 3 or higher on the exam, and additionally earn a score of 3 or higher on 4 other AP exams that you've taken throughout your high school career, you earn a College Board AP Capstone diploma. That diploma is most definitely a door opener for a lot of colleges and universities, as well as scholarships. Thank you, Mr. Smith.
Absolutely. I'm going to pick back up here and talk about the benefits of the AP Academy. Some of those things that Ms. Potter mentioned are also listed here. But we're able to provide students the opportunity with graduating with the Capstone Diploma and APA Honors their senior year. It's a small program. We are growing. Matter of fact, this number right here is a little bit higher just because we've added some more students recently. But our goal, and knowing that we really started last year focusing on active recruitment, but the program's been in development for a few years now. Our goal is 100 students over 4 years. We want to actively recruit 25 students outside of West Side Zone per year as incoming freshmen. So over 4 years, that would give us roughly 100 students. We value a small program, and we want the program to be small so that there's individualized attention. Not all students are AP Academy level students, and so we want to make sure that we are very specific with this program and who is getting in so that we're able to provide individualized attention. The APA Academy has an administrator, Ms. Norwood. Ms. Norwood actually has a basketball game tonight that she was assigned to, so she's at as an administrator, but she is our administrator over the Academy, as well as that designated counselor that I mentioned to you earlier. And then we have various other folks as well that have various roles, including an accountability person, Ms. Potter, who helps keep up with grades and scores, making sure the students keep the requirements that they need to stay in the program. Because you can get in the program, but we need to make sure that we stay in the program with keeping our grades up. There's also a higher level of college readiness with skills-based learning with the Capstone Diploma in our program. So the idea is that we keep our program at a level that can compete, but also gives a product to the students that's going to not only benefit them now as high school students, but also really set them up for success in college. Ms. Potter did reference the AP track, and we have 2 different tracks that I know we'll be getting in a little bit more later in the presentation, but there's a humanities track and then there's a STEM track. Ms. Potter mentioned that not all students have strengths in all areas, and we understand that. And so we want to offer options within the program. Some students are going to be gifted in certain sciences or certain maths and other subjects, and we know that this is very similar to like declaring a major in college. I was not gifted in certain areas, and so I declared a major in education with a concentration in music. That was my background, declaring a major in college. Within our AP Academy, it's very similar. We'll either declare a humanities track or a STEM-focused track. We did have these slides that were set up to kind of give an idea of what it would look like, especially as an incoming freshman. And we broke this over the next several slides to each year to show you how the AP courses grow into each year. And when students come as freshmen, they have a lot to get used to. They have a lot to get used to as far as being a high school student for the first time, as well as figuring out how to manage their time, figuring out what sports or after school extracurricular activities they may want to be a part of. And so we asked ninth graders their first year to only take one AP course. Usually it's in the STEM field or humanities field, more focusing on the courses listed there, AP Computer Science or Human Geography. But we asked them to choose at least one course, and we sit down and help them track out their schedule to make sure that the courses that they're taking align to really the best interest to set them up for success. As you notice, we go into 10th grade. We go from 1 in 9th grade to 2 AP courses in 10th grade. So this allows the students to venture off a little bit more into the AP courses, but still enough to still be a high school student and do other options, but allows them to add another AP course. By the time they get into 11th and 12th grade, you will see that their course load is several AP courses. We ask them to take at least 3 courses in 11th grade. And in 11th grade, we asked them at that point to really declare either that humanities track or that STEM track in regards to that focus. And then in 12th grade, again, 3 more. And so the idea is if we followed this track over 4 years, that would be 9 AP courses. That's a lot of AP coursework. And so that's kind of the track and the idea of our program, that we're able to provide these courses over time for our students so that they're able to fulfill the honor status for graduation, but also the capstone status to be able to get the diploma from College Board. I know Ms. Horton is on the call, and she's going to speak to us about the electives and how they fit into the AP Academy.
Hey, I'm Ms. Horton, and I am the art teacher. And so I'm also on the fun committee. So I teach a fun bunch of AP courses, and I get to do the fun stuff for the committee. So for our AP art, there are 3 different types of portfolios that can be done. And there's 2D, 3D, and drawing. And it's not necessarily just for artistically talented kids, but also for creatively driven thinkers. So I encourage beyond just my art class students to get involved with that. I also teach an AP Art History course as an elective as well. We also, for the first year this year, have AP Spanish as an elective AP course, and that seems to be getting off to a really good start. Miss Deal teaches that. So please encourage your kids to hit the art classroom. It's great. We have great scores coming out of our class, and we have a good time. Thanks.
The next topic is, what does it take to be successful in the AP Academy? And so what we talked about is when the students come to high school as a 9th grader, but we also know there may be some students that enter our program as a 10th, 11th, or 12th grader, excuse me, a 10th, 9th, 10th, or 11th grader going into 10th, 11th, and 12th grade. We know that those students come in with all types of thoughts, expectations, maybe some nervousness, but we're very real with our students in letting them know that the AP Academy and AP classes in general is very difficult work. And so we want students to be successful, and so that's why we only choose students that meet certain academic marks, because we don't want to set students up for failure. We want to make sure that we set students up to be successful. And so there's a variety of things that we do want to make sure that students and parents are aware. We have a commitment at Westside for success, and we ask students and parents to join that commitment. This is our 50th year in existence, and Westside's changed a lot over 50 years. But one of the themes that have been very consistent is the success of this campus. There's been many administrators before me who had made sure when they left that this school was handed off better than what they got it, and every year it's been better and better. We have a staff here, again, I've said it's second to none. But what's really unique about our campus is the students. Westside is probably the most diverse campus in Richmond County. We are a melting pot. And there's a lot of success that we're able to celebrate in that diversity. All of our students get along very well. Our faculty and staff, again, is top notch, but also the parents. We have a very supporting community of parents that really buy into what we do, but we also ask for input and buy-in from our parents on ideas and topics. Over the years, we've had various programs, but just simple things, either through our PTO or through having meetings throughout the course of the year, just to ask for input. We work through our Title I parent facilitator to get input on the various items. But Westside is great because of our student body. And so we're proud of that. But we want to make sure that we know that there's a commitment to success. With all that said, we also know that we have a lot that we're working on to get better at. No school's perfect, so there's absolutely things that we've identified that we are working on. Even in a pandemic, we're still working and focusing on things. Students have to understand, if you're in AP courses, but honestly with any courses, you have to study. You have to ask questions and be engaged and be prepared. That's something that sometimes students struggle with, managing time to be able to study when they may be a part of various activities that we encourage them. But students are going to have to study for these courses. These are college courses. Sometimes students don't like to ask questions, so we do ask students to make sure that they ask questions, be engaged, and be prepared. At the same time, with our AP courses, I pass classrooms and I pop in from time to time, and these teachers have prepared activities that engage students. May we say fun. Students do have fun in these courses. Really these three areas, if students take heart to these three areas and really buying into that success, we believe that students will be successful. I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Grant. Mr. Grant is our athletic director who also teaches AP Science, one of the AP Science courses, as well as our swim coach. And so he has a variety of hats, but he's going to talk to us about what's new this year with our AP Academy.
Good evening, everyone. I'm going to talk about what we're doing this year and things that we're trying to implement. The first thing that I want to talk about is an AP Academy study hall room. One of the things that the students have asked for is a place to call their own, where they're given resources and a place that they can study and to find materials and just work together on projects and things like that. So we have found a space, and we are in the process of setting up a study area for these students that only the AP Academy students have access to. So it's a place to call their own. In the last couple of years, we were involved with a program that helped us focus the teachers and the students on what was required and what we needed to teach and learn for the AP exams. And one of the things that we learned from that program is that study sessions and review sessions are crucial to passing the AP exams. So we're not in the program anymore, but we are continuing that, what we learned from that. And in December, February, and April of every year, we're going to offer sessions on Saturday mornings where it is focused on the topics and the content that each subject area is going to be tested on, so that they can be as ready as possible, and we want the greatest success as possible. Another thing that we're very excited that we're implementing is that we have a team of parents and teachers that have worked hard to raise money for this next thing. Students, we want them to apply to a variety of colleges to see what's out there and to really branch out on their college admissions. So we are requiring our students starting this year to apply to a research-based a college outside of Georgia, but we will look at some of the colleges in Georgia, but kind of branch out and try to get them to see what's out there. So we are going to pay for that application fee starting this year. And then, as was mentioned earlier, we do have a fun committee that puts together some events for our AP Academy students. Movie nights, we had a movie night earlier this year. We've done some tailgating. We're looking forward to some putt-putt competitions, scavenger hunts, and a lot of activities that our fun group is putting together. And we're always looking for ideas for what we can do with our AP Academy students. We want these things to be student-driven, so that we're looking for that input from the students, so that they enjoy their time there, that they're focused on academics, but there's more to their education than just academics. We want them to be students that want to be at Westside High School, not just for the education, but for the camaraderie and the fellowship and everything that Westside has to offer.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mr. Grant. Now I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Martin to talk a little bit about the future plans, because no matter where we are, we want to continue pushing forward. So Mr. Martin, I'm going to turn it over to you, and then I'm going to wrap it up when you're done and show parents and students who are on where they can go to apply. Go ahead, Mr. Martin.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. When we talk about the future plans, we're very excited about them, because we have 2 or 3 new programs that we've implemented this year, and we're moving right along. We're very excited about them, and I think it's going to bring us a lot of success. But we don't want to rest on our laurels as we, achieve our goals. We want to ask ourselves, and we continue to ask ourselves, what else can we do as a faculty for our students? So when we consider our future plans, one thing that we will be hopefully administering next year will be a mentor program for AP Academy students. They do have their own guidance counselor, but that guidance counselor eventually is going to have 100 students that she's responsible for. And so to make sure that they receive the individualized attention that they need, we want to begin the mentor program where each AP Academy teacher, each AP teacher will be assigned a very small group of students. And they will mentor them and make sure that they are on track. If they have any problems, that they can go to them and hopefully find some solutions. And then in addition to that, we are beginning to investigate a community or a volunteerism piece that is offered through the College Board. So that is something that we hope to do in the next year or so, which will become very attractive on your child's application. So those are the immediate plans. But as I said, we're not going to rest on anything that we do. We're always going to be looking to improve our academy, because we want to improve the experience and the possibilities for your student. Thank you, Mr. Smith.
Hey, thank you, Mr. Martin. I'm actually going to stop the PowerPoint for a second. Actually, that's my last slide. It's a pretty neat slide right there. I think these kids look like they're having a good time. I've been at Westside now, honestly, this April will be 2 years, and it's crazy that it's gone by. Or at least half of that's been a pandemic. But when I came on board, one thing I noticed, and I'm going to say this again, the staff had worked, the AP teachers specifically had worked very hard to get the program to where it was. And really the program where it is today is because of students and their parents, and it's also because of those teachers. Many of those teachers are on here tonight, and I just want to pause for a second to acknowledge many of them are at home in the comfort of their own home. Sometimes meetings like this are better maybe if you're on your couch at home. And so I asked them to join us tonight. They're not going to obviously all be speaking, but I want to thank them for what they do in preparing our students, honestly, whether they're AP Academy students or just traditional students. Every day they give 110%. It's very difficult right now. We talk about a lot of our frontline workers and all they having to do in this pandemic. Teachers, faculty, and staff are also on the front line of everything that's going on. They're actually the response team to make sure our students are still getting what they need in a very interesting time. So I just want to thank my staff. One thing that I also want to show before I possibly take any questions, let's see here. I want to share my screen if I can find the actual link. Let's see here. I want to make sure that parents and students know where to go to apply. And so Ms. Potter referenced students that apply that are already Westside students. They can complete an application at Westside High School. And so if they're current Westside students, meaning they're already here 9th, 10th, 11th, and I guess 9th, 10th, and 11th, we have an application here that they're able to fill out and go that route. If they're a student that is not a Westside student, meaning they're an 8th grader or a 9th, 10th, 11th grader zoned at another school in Richmond County, they have to apply through the district. So I want to make sure you know where to go. So you can go to our webpage, and I'm going to show you a couple of things on our webpage so that you're aware of those. First of all, if you, our website is rcboe.org/Westside. And if you go to that page, and look at that, our grad rate's already there. We're very proud of that as well. You click on students. To the left, there's a link that says AP Academy. If you click on that, that's going to give you a whole lot more information than we're being able to cover tonight. We've updated this page over time. It's a very nice looking page that our AP teachers and our media specialist, Ms. Key, has put together. There's a brochure link right here that you can click on and you can get our brochure. There's various resources to the left here that go over a lot of what we talked about tonight, but also just goes into detail of other things. So that's our AP Academy page. But if you go back to our main Westside page, again, that's rcboe.org/Westside, you'll see some links up here. And these are going to stay up here until, some of these are going to stay up here until January. The one that's specifically going to stay up here is the apply for the AP Academy here. And if you click on that link, it takes you back to that page that I showed you, and you're going to scroll down, and it says apply here for the AP Academy. And you click on that, and that takes you to the district parent portal to create an account. So if you've never applied for a choice program, whether it's Magnet, whether it's AP, whatever that program may be, you actually have to create a parent login. It's very easy. I did it for my daughter last year when she applied for a choice program in the district. And it's very simple. You basically go in, you put in the information it asks, you select what programs in the district. Hopefully you choose AP Academy at Westside, and it'll ask you for some other options. Students will, outside of Westside, if they're not a student that's zoned for here that have to apply for the portal, they will require you to take an entrance test, which is iReady, which all Richmond County school students are already familiar with up to 9th grade. And they're going to ask you what location in the district. There's multiple schools in the district. Westside might be across town for you. We're in West Augusta. You may be over in downtown area or maybe out in Hephzibah. We have students from all over Richmond County that come to Westside for our choice program. And so maybe one of the schools at the moment closer to you to be able to take that test, you can still go to those schools and test and still be selected for our academy. So I just want to make sure you knew where to go to apply. I'm going to go back to my homepage. Tonight's recording is actually going to replace this link right here so that you can go back and listen to it if you need to. Plus, parents or students that may have missed it can go back and look at it. Check out our website while you're here. We have lots of information that go out that's things that parents want to know. Things like weekly updates. We go each week, we give our teachers an update, and then we also give our students an update of all types of events and things that are going on. Just try to keep as informed as possible. And also visit our social media. We have every social media I think that exists, from Facebook to Twitter, social media such as Instagram. We even have TikTok as well as Snapchat for our students who like to get involved with those things. But that's our AP Academy in a nutshell. Try not to go too fast, but I wanted to try to keep this under 40 minutes. It looks like I've got about 5 minutes to spare. I do see that there are various parents and students that have logged in, so I am going to open it up for questions. If you have any, just unmute yourself. There's 24 folks on here, so we can probably just unmute and just ask your question, and we'll do our best to answer those questions.
Yes, Mr. Smith, thank you so much for the presentation, and thank you to the rest of the staff there for making yourselves available for us parents. My only question is I was a little bit confused. You mentioned early on this is for 8th grade, also 8th graders up through 11th grade. And how do you support the 8th graders that obviously are not at Westside?
So, well, as far as tonight, we invited our 8th grade to 11th grade rising students that would be high schoolers. But to answer your question of how Bel Air K-8, right out of Fort Gordon, right outside of gates of Fort Gordon, is our feeder. So all those students are coming to us anyhow, unless they choose an option to maybe go somewhere else. But that's the next step. We have 3 middle schools that feed into us. We have Tut. We have the middle school portion of Bel Air K-8. We have 2 middle schools, excuse me. Tut and the middle school portion of Bel Air K-8. And several elementary schools that feed into that. One of the things with College Board and the AP Academy and what we've discussed is to make sure that we are having what we call vertical alignment type conversations, that students already know about our program, and we're able to work with those schools in preparing those schools or those students to be able to come to our program. I don't think that we have anything programmatic at the moment yet that I can really tell you that here's what we've done. I think our goal the last 2 years is to set up a framework in this building for our AP program. It is a newer program. I think some of those next steps need to be, for those honors students, because this is what the program attracts, the students that are either on that honors level, higher performing level. What can we do to connect with those students at those middle schools? We don't want to just assume they're going to come to Westside because they're in our feeder. We want to try to start building those relationships. And we talk about, like I mentioned, vertical alignment and having those conversations from elementary all the way up to 12th grade. But we have some work to do in that area, Michael. It's very important for us to get out there, and we do make contact with those schools, but we do need to start developing an extension of our framework to be able to have those conversations and to be able to develop some level of program that can benefit. Now, I will say this, there are several teachers that are on here that often collaborate and work with teachers at those schools, honestly, with a lot of our schools. And if there's any teachers that do want to speak out on behalf of any of that collaboration, they're more than welcome to. But Michael, just to be straightforward with you, we have some work to do on that. And that's probably one of our next steps is developing that piece.
Okay, yeah, thank you. That answers the question I was looking for. I do have a student at Bel Air K to be 8th grade next year. And then I guess my quick follow-up question was, I have a student at Davidson as well that's in the in their college track already, that he wants to get more involved in sports. So if he were to, and we're zoned for Westside, and so if he were to go to Westside for 9th grade, he would still have to apply for the AP program at Westside, or would it transfer from like Davidson over to Westside?
What grade is he currently in?
He's currently in the 8th grade.
So there's unique situations like that. At any point, you can bring him to Westside, but knowing that he's a current student at Davidson, the district is probably going to want you to still apply. Now, the thing with application, he'd still take the iReady exam, and then we have our lottery. That's the lottery that comes up where all the students that have applied for programs, just to be transparent, the administration of each school all sits together, and we don't know the students' names, but we see numbers, and those numbers are connected to scores. And if they've chosen Westside first and they have the score that we're looking for, we accept them. And if they've chosen another school first and they have the scores, those schools may accept them. And so I would advise you to go ahead and apply through the district and go through that route first, because that meets the board's expectations for their choice program. And then just go through that process, be in conversation with Westside if that student is still coming here, or if they're staying at Davidson. That's obviously a parental's decision, but I would definitely go through the district's process if they're not a current Westside student.
Okay, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
I got a question.
Yes, sir.
So, like, if you taking AP classes in high school, are you automatically in AP Academy?
That's a great question. So we have lots of students that take AP courses, but they are not in the AP Academy. Usually what the difference is they just simply haven't either filled out an application or ever applied. So you're more than welcome to come to Westside High School as a zoned student and take AP courses. However, to be a part of the AP Academy, you have to fill out an application if you're a current Westside student and qualify, or if you're not a zone student, you have to go through the district's process for acceptance. Yes, to answer your question, you can still take AP courses, but you would not be included in this entire program that we've pushed out there. You'll still get these amazing teachers and the support to be successful, but things like the extracurricular fun activities, the college piece of paying for your applications, things like that would not come unless you're in the AP Academy. That's a good question. Thank you.
Mr. Smith,
Yes,
I
ma'am.
have a question. I have a son. He is in Freedom Park, 8th grade,
Yes, ma'am.
but we are located in Columbia County. What will be the procedure to apply for? Do we still have to go through the whole process of for the zone, no zone application and all that?
So we're working really hard to get our presence known out of Fort Gordon, especially with Freedom Park, because we know that Freedom Park is a feeder into one of our rival schools. And we're trying to work very hard to pick up some students from out there as well. Do you live on base?
What was that?
Not to get into too much of your information. If you don't feel comfortable answering that, you just let me know. But do you actually live on base?
No, I live on Columbia County.
And does your child attend Freedom Park?
Yes.
Okay.
We used to live there on Gordon.
Got you. There's so many different pieces when it comes to things like Fort Gordon and Freedom Park specifically. I'd like to have just a side conversation and maybe connect also with Dr. Singh over at Freedom Park. I'm actually working with her to try to have some type of parent meeting with Freedom Park, possibly when we get back in January. We're going to hopefully have that before Thanksgiving, but then the pandemic shut schools down, and my wife and I just had a newborn little baby, so I was out a little while. So we're trying to get out to Freedom Park, and we're going to get out there. But let's have a side conversation. What I will, if you could do this for me, maybe not tonight, but maybe tomorrow morning, if you could send me an email, we'll put it in the chat. I will put my email address in the chat. And that'll give me your contact information. And I also will, I sent that privately. I need to send that to everyone. I apologize. Let me try one more time. There's my email address, smithwi2@boe.richmond.k12.ga.us. You can also go to our website and hit About Us, and my information's there. But let's have a side conversation with that, because there are some different pieces when it comes to Fort Gordon and Freedom Park. And we definitely support our military families and do what we can. And then let's get connected with Dr. Singh to figure out the next steps for you, if that helps.
Yes, perfect. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Send me an email, maybe with your phone number, and I will get in touch with you as soon as I get the email.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Absolutely. Is there any other questions?
Hi, this is Catherine. I'm on my mom's account, but I wanted to know, is it possible to be in AP Academy after the year started, or do I have to wait until the next semester or a year?
Well, it's a good time because the next semester is about to start. I know that you're currently a Westside student, so if you're interested, just come see either Ms. Potter, Ms. Fair, one of the administrators, or any of your teachers, honestly, AP teachers. Or just come see us. We'll get you what you need if you're a current student of ours. Get you the application to fill out and have the appropriate conversations.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, well, if that's...
Good evening. My name is Tyrell Stevens. I just had a couple questions. One, transportation. I have a son that goes to RCTCM, and they provide, well, they're doing virtual learning right now, but at the beginning of the year, they offer transportation to RCTCM, even though we live in Helpsville. Would that be the same thing for my daughter? If she wanted to go to West Side, by us living in Helpsville, would they also provide transportation? And another, next year, would you guys also offer virtual learning if they didn't have this pandemic under control?
So let me answer the second question first, the best that I can. As far as offering the virtual option next year, if the pandemic wasn't in play, I know the district had talked about potentially continuing online courses, this might be something that we just continue doing. I don't know if that's going to be a school-based or a district-based concept. I know that we do offer all of our AP Academy classes as an option virtually. I know that some students may or may not have taken them because of the virtual environment. But as far as offering the program next year virtually, I can't really answer that. I just know the district has talked about it as an option. And I know some surrounding counties are also offering that as an option to continue as this is a new type of learning. That's a district decision, and I just know it's in discussion. There's not much fruit that's come of that. So I just know they're talking about it. As far as transportation, we're one of the few options in Richmond County that does not provide transportation. That is a district decision, and that's a conversation, honestly, that it's Mr. Scott McClintock, who is one of the assistant superintendents, former administrator of Westside. That's someone that you can call and talk to about that and ask those type of questions. We simply just do not offer transportation from a district into Westside. And so I know that those are lots of questions, especially when it comes to places like Freedom Park, Hepzibah, from around the county, because that can be a haul to come here. And I know it's a discussion that's been amongst some of our teachers here is we are one of the few that the district doesn't provide transportation for. And we have a dynamic program here, probably arguably one of the best in the district. So what I ask parents to do is if there is a concern or question with that, to give Mr. McClintock a call. And he'll be able to give a rationale why. There is a rationale behind that. And so since it's a district decision, it's probably best that I leave it for a district assistant superintendent to answer.
No, I appreciate it. Thank you for your time, sir.
Absolutely. Thank you for being here tonight. Any other questions? I'm surprised Zoom hasn't kicked us off yet, because usually they give us that 40-minute limit and they kick us off. We're pushing 50, and I want to try to respect your time. If I don't hear any other questions, I do want to thank my staff that's here again tonight. We'll see you early tomorrow morning. Parents and students that are on here after today, if you have any more questions that our website doesn't answer, you're more than welcome to give us a call. We're definitely here to serve you all. You are our customers. And so we want to make sure that we're here. If you need us, just give us a call. I think that's all we have. Go ahead, Michael.
I was just saying thank you.
Absolutely. I appreciate you joining us tonight.
Absolutely.
All right. Take care. Have a good night, everyone.
All right. Have a good night.